We are from Objetivo Porto Velho, and I welcome you to the end-of-term presidential debates from the junior group of Mizu High School. This debate will allow each candidate to show their concerns in a specific matter previously chosen. Both candidates have agreed to those rules. For the record, we set together the topics and the questions in each subject. Each candidate has 3 minutes to showcase their arguments and another 1 minute for rebuttals. The audience here in the hall has promised to remain silent. No cheers, boos, or other interruptions, so we and you can focus on what the candidates have to say. The candidates, Clara Vaz and Leonardo da Silva, will showcase their arguments on the following resolution. Same-sex marriage should be accepted or not accepted in a society. We will start with the Democrat side with Clara Vaz. She has 3 minutes to present her arguments.
Good morning, my name is Clara and I'm a representative of the Democrat Party. I believe that same-sex marriage should be accepted in a society, and that's because it is a right guaranteed by our American Constitution, which searches for equality among all people. Let's think of the 50s, where interracial marriage was illegal. Now, modern society understands that this was an unjust law, and gay marriage is no different, because denying marriage to individuals who love each other is to deny them a fundamental freedom. First, families is the basis of a society. One of the oppositions to gay rights is based on a belief that in terms of raising a family, having a male and a female authority would be more healthier and more balanced for a child to grow up. Research studies show that, however, children with homosexual parents do not differ from other children. Second, teens would be less likely to attempt to suicide due to prejudice against their sexual orientation. In 2009, the College of Ethnic Studies in San Francisco proved that lesbian, gay, and bisexual young adults who come from highly rejecting families are 8.4 times more likely to have attempted suicide. And that's because they are told they are different not only by the people around them, but by laws that strip them from the basic rights. And what we still need is to spread acceptance and respect for those singularities. But the acceptance is already an upcoming event. The Pew Research Center showed in 2001 that 57% of Americans opposed same-sex marriage and 35% supported it. This year, the rate of same-sex marriage supporters grew up to 55%, competing with 35% of people who still oppose it. The reasons for this changing of views are such as knowing someone who is homosexual or thinking that the world has changed and that those kinds of shifts are inevitable. Why fight against a natural and real process? Marriage is the great expression of love, and being a form of expression, it is legally right for people to choose who they want to be married with. If not even the government have a say on that, what would other people have? This union is between a person and another person, not between the couple and the society, or between a gender and another gender. That is why I strongly support the same-sex marriage, or even better, the union between two people. But now, people say the point of marriage is gather a male and a female so they can procreate, something that people of the same gender can't. But part of this procreation is also to create the kids. And isn't there tons of children in orphanages left by the procreators and waiting for families to raise them? Wouldn't same-sex parents help on that issue?
You have 3 minutes to present your arguments and 1 minute to rebut.
Good morning, my name is Leonardo da Silva and I'm representing the Republican view about same-sex marriage. The same-sex marriage should not be accepted in a society because it affects negatively in demographic and moral terms the society and will affect the childhood of children. The human body works perfectly. The procreation starts with human acts, and after that the nature takes control of the whole situation. The cells are knit together, the tissues are born, the organs are created, and the brain is formed. Nothing of this have human intervention. It's something that meant to be this way, otherwise there will be no logic for it to exist. Marriage, in traditional and moral terms, has a purpose. In a homosexual union, procreation is impossible. If two or more people that made a choice to be homosexuals want to relate with each other, they can, but marriage is not something to play with. Contrary to the pro-gay argument that states that some hetero couples can't produce children as well, there are still possibilities for them to give the birth to a baby, like surrogacy and artificial insemination. My second argument is that the world is aging. The Veracon, also from the Pew Research Center, says that population growth from 2010 to 2050 is projected to be significantly slower and is expected to tilt strongly to the oldest age groups. And the Union of the Nations said that the North America populational growth is the second slower in the world, with 0.9% in 2012. My third argument is that children need both a mother and a father. Why does children need a mother? Because of the emotional security, the unique advice, and the singular caring. And they need a father because of the physical security, the essential sermons, and funny jokes. Doug Marin, an openly gay co-founder of national capital Tea Party Patriots, stated that his children need a mother, even if he is an openly gay person. And nowadays he lives with his wife just to create his children. My statement about gay marriage is clear. The country needs fertile couples, and the meaning of the marriage cannot be shifted from producing children, healthy children, to adult gratification as it was a trophy. Children need the love and stiffness of a father and the love and softness of a mother, which gives an equilibrium. Entering to our challenge, I say that we cannot generalize that the tones of children in orphanages are because of bad parents. Maybe they are in bad conditions and prefer loving the children to live he or she in the orphanage, or maybe they suffer an accident. And I say, if it's expected for the United States a bad estimate for the future, why to go in this direction? Like a demographic crisis is still present in Germany, Greece, and Italy, for example. And if you know the results of it, why to go in this direction? What do you think about it?
You have 1 minute to reply.
In spite that nowadays we have enough technology to afford things such as artificial insemination, the demographic crisis is not homosexual people's faults. It's a consequence of the urban society ideals. And there are also plenty of studies that show that kids are not harmed by homosexual parents. For example, I have here a study from Tufts University, made in 2013. It says that children's well-being is affected much more by their relationships with their parents than by the gender or the sexual orientation of their parents. And the biggest difficulties they would face is the prejudice they suffer from people who believe that same-sex parenting is not right, and that's one more reason for supporting same-sex marriage.
Thank you all.